What's good people of Zamunda? How y'all doing? This is your girl, Divine Karma, coming in with a catch up. I send you peace, light, love, and harmony as I always do about this time. Why? Because Divine Karma loves you, baby. Y'all, it's been a rough one for your girl. Just decided to drop in for a minute and catch everybody up. I'll be back in full swing with my services and everything back up and running. Probably by Monday, Tuesday-ish, right? Um, First off, had a situation. Um, my hand caught on fire. The stove caught on fire. Well, let's start with the skillet caught on fire on the stove, and I grabbed the skillet because I didn't want the stove to catch on fire, and literally caught my whole hand on fire, like bad. Um, so there's that. Very painful. I know people like, did you go to the, no, I did not go to the, I'm not the type of, listen, I have to be almost dead to go to the doctor. It's just not my thing, right? And I got some aloe vera and iced it. And this was Sunday to be 2 weeks, right? So I only wrap it up when I go out, and I've been out and about running errands today. It was really like the blisters was like this big. And then there's this huge burn on the back of my hand. It was really bad, very painful, but it blistered up instantly, so I knew it was healing, right? So there's that. Um, Man, it's been a week of not being able to open stuff, like awkward showers, getting dressed. It was a challenge. It's been a lot. On top of that, um, I travel for work in the medical field. Y'all know that. And where I was at, they just up and ended my contract a day before my contract was up. I thought that they were going to extend me, and they got a new director, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. And literally on a Thursday, week before last, they told me that my last day would be that Friday. Now, I don't know if any of you know how it is when you travel for work. You are always looking at least a month ahead before your contract that you're on ends. You're a month before that contract ends. You're always looking for something else because it takes that long to get everything done. Because when you start a contract, there's credentialing, there's drug tests, there's physical, background check. All of that takes 2 or 3 weeks. So that put me in a bind, like in a bind. And so there's that. So I took snatched up a contract, signed a contract immediately. And it was something that I just took it because, man, I got to keep my income, going. And right after I signed the contract, this happened, and I can't work with this. So I'm out of work until they had to push my contract back till the end of February. And to be honest, I don't even know if my hand's going to be all the way healed by the end of February because of the work that I do. I can't go into what I do. I work in store processing, and I can't go into work with not a smidget of open anything on my hand because of what I do, because I work with, bloodborne pathogens and things of that nature. So there's that. So, I have a little money saved up, but my income have come to a halt. There's that. Then I felt something on me. I have felt this entity before. I had felt it on me for a couple of weeks. I am familiar with its energy. I won't say where it comes from. I know where it comes from, and I know who it comes from. Um, and that entity got on me again. And before, when I dealt with this entity and went through a dark night of the soul, it was very bad. The very first time this entity crept up on me, I was still married, and I remember one day my baby sister said that I called her and told her that I got on the phone and said that Kamitra is gone. She's no longer here, and I've taken over her body or something crazy like that. This was years ago. I was still married. And from what she said, because I was not aware that any of this had happened. It was, I got attacked by something. This was when I first like got into, and by the time I think she called my husband at the time was working on somebody's car, and he said by the time he walked in the door, I was sitting on the couch banging my head against the wall. Um, like I said, I don't remember hardly any of this that happened. He said he grabbed me and was holding me, and I was laughing in his face, and um, I don't know. It was a lot. So that entity or energy crept up on me again a couple weeks ago. Well, about a week ago, and I found myself in another dark night of the soul. Right, and the energy was familiar. I knew what it was as soon as I started feeling it. A lot of this, I think, came from that things start happening around me that other people can't see, which is pretty normal for me because I'm a medium, but not on this level. So that's why I shut everything down. I shut all my social media down. I shut my services down. I There's been days where I've been in my room for about a week and a half. There were days I just cried. Um, then I would be out, when I'm out, I'd stay with my sister because, I travel for work. So when I come into town, this is where I'm at. And, I'm okay around her. When I'm around her, I just, I shake it off like I'm good. But it's been really, really hard. It's been really, really hard. Um, I had to go through this dark night of the soul. It was a test for me. I did a lot of meditating, a lot of, sitting with spirit. And my guides and angels were told that they can't help me, that I have to, and I didn't understand that. I understand it now that I'm on this side of it, but I didn't understand it, and I felt alone. I felt just like I wasn't going to get through this dark night of the soul. But I did. It took some work, took some shadow work, took some writing, took some journaling. Um, Shout out to my good friend, Zara, aka Dondo. Are you my friend? Helped me a lot. And again, when I wasn't thinking clearly, I was just like brain fog, didn't know the next step to take. He was there and guiding me and all those good things. So shout out to you. I love you, my dear friend. And it was rough. I was told I couldn't do any magic, which if y'all don't know, I love magic. I do a lot of spells and rituals. I have herbs and candles and oils all over the place because that's what I love to do. And when I say magic and rituals and spells, it's protection, money, guidance and things of that. Nothing to, harm nobody else or nothing like that. Just good energy rituals and spells, right? That's my thing. But I was told by my guides I can't do any magic, right? So that's where I've been. I touched my tarot cards for the first time yesterday in a week, I think, and felt good. Felt good. I'm gonna give myself a few more days. I've rested a lot. I've been asleep a lot. I've been meditating a lot, morning when I get up in the AM and night. Um, but that's where I've been. During this time, I was told to do maybe an ebook or PDF on my website about how to get through the dark night, how to get through a dark night of the soul. There were many steps that I was guided to take during this dark night of the soul, and I want to share it with other people because a lot of people go through it. And I'm going to do that. I've already started jotting down Me, I brainstorm before I write anything. I've written a couple books before, but not a couple. I think what, four. But before I write, I always brainstorm and write down ideas, and I'm doing that for the PDF. It'll be on my probably be on my website to buy, just to download. It's not going to be that much, probably like $11 or something like that. But that's it. Now that I am out of my dark night of the soul, I could not see anything. Like I couldn't see where I was going. I couldn't see anything ahead. I because of who I am, I had to deal with this energy and entity. And you know what I realized at the end of all of this? There really is no entity. There is really nothing that attacks us. It is and it isn't, right? And when I came out of this, I realized when we have spiritual attacks and we have, what we feel like an entity on us or a spirit on us, I realized when I went through this dark night of the soul and how I dealt with it, it was a different ball game. But I realized the entity is ourselves, right? There is no, it's an entity, but we've allowed it in our space, in our energy, because of something, a low vibration or something we're fearful of or something, some shadow work that we haven't done. There's something in us that has allowed this energy or entity to fool with us, for lack of better words, right? And I found that out. Um, I saw the divine. I speak to spirit, we all call God. I call it the divine all the time. But it showed its face to me, so to speak, through this dark night of the soul in ways that I have not have had source show me itself. So I think maybe the second or third day I was in the shower and, tears were just coming down my face. And I was just standing in the shower, just letting the water hit me and just kept saying, please let this water purify me, let it clean my soul. And spirit, like, was so clear. And it said to me, will you allow me to experience life through you, divine? And I was like, what? And it said, will you allow me? I want you to answer. Will you allow me to experience life through you? And then it said, even this experience, will you? And I just started crying. I was like, yes, yes. And I got out of the shower and once I, threw my shorts and my t-shirt on and I just went in the room and all I could sit in the floor and say was Namo Narayani, which means I surrender to the divine. And I just kept saying it over and over again. I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. I'm Namo Narayani, I'm Namo Narayani. And I took spiritual baths. Last night, I got up at like 2 or 3 in the morning to use the bathroom, and I've been talking to Ma'at and Thoth a lot lately. They're in my lineage. Those are, some of the, gods and goddesses I work with, and been talking to Thoth a lot before I go to bed, and speaking some of the mantras out of the emerald tablets before I go to sleep. So last night, I got to use the bathroom, and I don't know what happened. I came out of the bathroom and I walked back in my room to get in the bed, and I stepped in front of my bed, and like it was just this energy that came over me, and I was standing in the dark, and I just threw my hands up in the air, and I was just like, I feel you, Source. I feel you. I see you. I understand. Like I understand and I surrender. I understand. I get it. I understand. Right? And I just that's all I could do. And then I went back to bed, and for like 3 nights I kept catching a glimpse. Like I would turn over in my sleep, and there were 3 times I caught a glimpse of this bright white light by my closet door. And it was like looked like a portal or something, but it was so bright. And I knew. I was just like, Source, I know that's you. I know it's you. And like the third night of going through it, I did a Reiki energy healing session on myself and a really long meditation. And my whole room turned into this greenish with just a hint of light blue, but mostly green color, illuminated light. And for a minute, I thought my eyes was. I said, "Bitch, is your eye? Is your eyes open?" Just talking to myself, right? Is your eyes open? Did you close your eyes? And I checked, and I was no, my eyes were completely closed, and my room turned completely this beautiful, warming, illuminated green color, just bright, beautiful. So, y'all, I y'all hear me say all the time, you have to trust the process, and that to be grateful even in the middle of chaos. I have no idea what's about to happen career wise for me. I don't know. I don't know if my hand's going to be healed. They won't push my contract back, so if it's not healed by the 24th, I'm just, out of work for probably a few more weeks, which financially is going to sting a little bit. Um, I don't I don't, but I am just going to be grateful. That's all I can do, and surrender. And Spirit told me to rest, and I do. I rest. I've been reading so much, reading and studying and journaling. Back to journaling a lot. Cleared some air today with my twin flame, which was good. We spoke for a little bit. That's all. That's sometimes an intense situation, depending on what frequency he and I am in. So spoke with him briefly on the phone. I wish him well where he is. Um, that's it. This dark night of the soul was very intense. Very intense. I did a little bit of magic last night. um, felt good. I was itching to get back to it. I got some new herbs and things of that nature, some new money rituals I want to try. So I plan on being back doing readings, and I'm kind of revamping some things and got some new ideas, things I want to try. So I just wanted to touch base with y'all. And more so, I know I'm not the only one that has gone through a dark night of the soul, that will, people do, people will go through one. And I'm here to tell you, I know the moments that it seems like you're not going to make it out of this, and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And what I've learned is, when you feel that way, that is the most important and critical time to turn to source. God, Allah, Buddha, Yah, whoever that is for you, that is the best time. I don't do religion. I don't do anything to do with religion. I do my sacred connection with source. I don't call it anything. I don't call our connection. It's not an organization. It's not a religion. It is our relationship. It is a loving, honest, sometimes tough love relationship with the Most High, the creator of all, the one, right? And I don't do religion. That's all that I do. So when you find yourself in that energy and you don't know how in the blue magic hair grease you're going to get out of whatever it is you're going through, that is the best time to surrender to source, to let your soul get out of the driver's seat, as my brother said, and let your soul start driving. Like, let go of everything. And that's what I had to do. I had to take my hands off everything. I shut everything down. I don't have any social media up and on nothing. Nobody can find me on anything right now. And I had to let go. I let go of everything. I let go of control. I let go of trying to figure out the outcome. I detached myself from any outcome of all of this and just let source do what it do, right? And once I came out of this, I was guided to spirit, set me down. It was just, I talk to spirit like I'm like it's sitting next to me and we have a conversation. And spirit was like, I need you. We're going to jump timelines again, because I've jumped timelines once. And there was one thing that it was like my whole body was in the new timeline, except for I had like this one thing had me by the foot. One person had me by the foot that was keeping me in this timeline. But Spirit said, we're jumping timelines. You need to clear the energy with some people. It was some people, and I did. And here's the funny thing. While I was going through this, Spirit told me, I'm also showing you, I'm testing some people that you think are close to you, friends, family, whatever it is. They're being tested and don't even know it, because I want to show you who's going to be there for you and who won't. Because, and the divine told me, because you have poured a lot of love and energy into people who did not reciprocate that energy. And I'm going to show you during this dark night of the soul, I'm going to show you who to keep in your circle and who to cut loose. And it goes for family and friends. I said, okay. And here's the list of people. Okay, hey, it's gonna be what it is after this. Understood? And it ain't my problem. It's not. It's not my problem. And Spirit showed me, and it told me. So we're gonna jump these timelines. As soon as you clear up this energy with these people, and I show you who you are not taking into this next timeline. If you reach out and you say hi, that's one thing. But when I say you're not taking them in the next timeline, you will not pour out any energy into them that they do not upfront give to you. This, it's like a loan. No, they're going to have to put a down payment in the new timeline, right? For it to get your energy. They've lost the right to get energy from you just because they're going to have to put a down payment if they in the new timeline, if they want any conversation from you, any energy from you. I said, okay. And it told me to write down what you want on your timeline. Told me to categorize it. I've been on it. Love and relationships. Where do I want to be? Spirituality. Where I want to be. What do I want in the new timeline? This year. I did this year. I did where I want to be next year. How much money I want to be making. Relationship. What does my divine counterpart look like? Because I can already feel his energy. I don't even know who he is. I can already feel his energy, right? It's like our souls are already talking even though we haven't met. I can feel his energy, right? So spirit is probably doing some things on his end, whoever this individual is, just like I'm had to go through my dark night of the soul. So I'm jumping timelines, and it's wealth, prosperity, abundance, reciprocal love. It's the true divine karma in this new timeline. I had one loose end to tie up, and I tied that loose end up with my twin flame today. So, as in, we're friends or something like that. And that's it. So I just wanted to touch base with y'all and let y'all know, if you going, like, it's okay. Don't let this craziness with the White House and the DEIs and whatever, Elon Musk, who is, I don't, I'm gonna say this to lighten up the energy. It's like, you remember in school you had kids that weren't really popular, and they would find somebody that's, you know, kind of popular, whether popular in a good or a bad way, so to speak, but they would try to find somebody because they was really not popular and they latched on to this person for the ride. That's Elon, right? How do you, how does the homeboy system work in the White House? Because I didn't know there was one. Oh, I'm in here because my homeboy here. I'm so confused. But anywho, don't let none of that get you down. You trust the creator, because they are not God. They are not gods. They are not. Ye are gods, as in us, as the chosen ones, as the star seeds, as the indigo. So don't let any of that get you in the dark, right? Everything's gonna be okay. All right. I just wanted to drop that on y'all. I will see y'all maybe Monday or Tuesday. I plan on being back doing readings. If you are in the Douglasville, Georgia area, where I do readings at, I'm not this weekend, but Place of Kai is a holistic wellness center, and she's doing an open house. Kayla is. So if you're in the Douglasville, Georgia area, come out tomorrow, Saturday, um, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., right? Place of Kai, Kai in Douglasville. And I'm going to drop this off here. Y'all know the drill. You know the drill. You know the drill. You know the drill. I love you, truly. And I love it when you love me back. This is your girl, Divine Karma. And I will see y'all. Oh, and your girl down 30 pounds. See y'all the next one. Peace.